All right. So I had to create a system. Why is it? Sorry, guys. That worked for me. And so I'm going to share that with you today because I've been an agent for going on 24 years and it has been a lot of struggle, a lot of chasing, a lot of survival mode, living in scarcity, robbing from Peter to pay Paul, like never finding the answer. Like, why do some agents always have all the answers and some do not? So that's why I created this system that I'm going to share with y'all today, and it is my abundance plan. And so I'm going to share my screen and we're going to just get started. Do all of you have, first of all, the actual abundance plan? Did you open it in your email that you got? Did you get the email? If not, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the chat first so that you can open it if you want. Um, okay. Can you see my screen now, the Zoom screen? This is the challenge. So I'm going to share this and put it in the chat so that you guys can open it. Copy link, chat. Is there people in the waiting room? I don't see anyone. No. Okay, great. Okay. Andrea, great. I love that. Thank you that you brought them. Okay, so there, I just put in the chat this right here. I'm just going to go over it really quick with you guys. Okay, so it's in the chat, and this is what it is. This is your very own 4 week abundance plan. It's called an abundance challenge, but AKA business plan. And that's exactly what this is. And what I'm going to go over with you guys today is how to create your own abundance plan. And in real estate, why we get so sidetracked, because as agents we're always like bright shiny object, oh, new lead generation tool, oh, I gotta sign up for this platform, I gotta, before you know it, we've got like 50 platforms, we don't even know what they do anymore. And I want to help you guys get a plan that you wake up every day, you know, if you go do these few things and you do them well, that you will find success in this business. So everybody see the plan on my screen right here? Yes. Okay. So this is it. You could follow along with this or you could just watch my slideshow today, but this is for you to make a copy. So first of all, once you open it, you're going to go to file and then you're going to go to make a copy and you're going to name it whatever your name is, or my abundance plan, my abundance challenge, whatever, just rename it. Once you do and you click make a copy, then you'll be able to go in and edit it. And so that's what you're going to do for the whole month of October. It's a 4 week challenge where every week I challenge you to go and work on one of these 4 pillars that I'm going to go over with you today. And so you have week 1, it has questions. You get down here, you have a checklist at the end of it. You have week 2 where we talk about branding, all of the stuff that goes with week 2 and funnels. I'm going to go over all of this stuff. So I challenge you right now to not open up this, or maybe take notes on it if you want to print it real quick, whatever. But follow along with me because I'm going to share my slides and go through all of this stuff and how I make this work for me. Are there any questions about any of that? Nope. Okay, so I'm going to go into present mode. And hopefully you guys could see my entire screen. And I'm going to open up the chat over here on the other screen so that if anybody has any questions. Oh, I don't think I shared it there. Oh, I did share it, but I just shared it again for anybody who's new. Okay, let me make sure their link isn't in chat. Now it is, correct? Everybody got it? Anybody have any questions about any of that? Nope. Okay, then I'm going to get started. We can see it. Awesome. All good. All right. So I talk a lot about abundance, and abundance is about so much more than just a word. It's a feeling. It is a place where we have to literally fight for. I do, because our brains, especially if we've been through a lot of trauma and have any kind of PTSD or childhood drama, like our brains are wired to be in scarcity or fight or flight or survival mode, as a lot of us know it. And that's a really hard place to make it over to abundance. But that's what I do. I help agents find abundance in a scarcity world. And you guys, we're like living in a scarcity world. If that's what you're going to go out there and look for, like that's what you're going to find. And so we have to really focus on not being there and instead being in a space where we can go and we could create. And that's what I want to talk about. So, who am I though to even do this? So, first of all, I've been a realtor for 23, 24 years now. I'm what I call a career realtor, meaning I average about 50 transactions per year. Some years it's been 30, some I think I made it up to 60 one year. And that was too much. Like I raised four sons. I didn't want to be doing 60 plus transactions. I didn't want a traditional team. I want to enjoy my life. Like I don't want to be like the biggest agent, the best agent. Like I just want to have my little business, live my little life and be happy. Right? So a few years ago I co-authored a book called Step Into Your Brave. So I have wrote a book. It's on Amazon and anyone can go buy it. And it's a collection of women's stories about things that they've overcome in life. And so my whole story is in that book and my chapter. And I love the name of the book because I literally have had to step into my brave over and over and over to find success in this life that I chose. I'm a mom of four sons and I have seven grandsons. So I have a lot to live up to, a legacy to leave behind. And I want to set a great example for my four sons and their families. And so far, I've done pretty good. We've had a lot of rough times, but right now they're all doing great. And I am a survivor of childhood trauma, and I'm going to talk about that today. So my point to all of that is that if I could do this, anyone can. And I want to show you how. And that's why we're going to work on building this plan today. All right. I want to also, I got to pull up my participants here and make sure nobody's trying to get into the waiting. Hold on, guys. All right. All right. So, what does this system consist of, and what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about these four pillars. Real estate is a lot. Like, we wear a lot of hats. However, it's going to boil down to whatever you're working on in your real estate business. It can fall into one of these four pillars. And if you keep it there and you work on it there and you don't let it take over your mind, then you can stay organized. You could keep yourself level-headed. You'll know what your funnels are, all of the things we're going to talk about. It will all fall under one of these four pillars. So we don't have to be out there with 100 different things on our mind. Just these four. Think of them like file boxes. Like, okay, wait, I'm going to file that away into this box to work on at this time. I'm not going to get stuck in this. And no, I'm not going to purchase that course because I don't need that course because I've already got my plan. I'm going to focus on whatever it is you need to focus on. So today, not on your abundance plan, but on a piece of paper, get out a piece of paper and as I go through all of these different pillars, write down what's missing for you. That's where you're going to go work. You're going to figure out today what's missing in your business and what you need to spend October working on. And then if there's more and you think, gosh, I have like a whole bunch missing, you're going to come back next month and you're going to work on something else. And that's okay because I love a new start. Like a Monday is amazing. Like I forget about everything I didn't do last week and I focus on the week ahead and what I'm going to build, what I'm going to create. And that's what you get to do too every week, every day, every month. Leave the past in the past, y'all. Let's just build and create an amazing real estate business because transactions are still happening. If that's what you're doing, if you're working on whatever you're working on, I mean, this stuff could work for any business, but we're all in real estate, so let's stick to that. All right. So what do these different pillars look like? And how are we going to work in the future? So this is one of my favorite sayings by one of my favorite gurus, Tony Robbins. What we focus on determines how we feel. And how we feel, our state of mind powerfully influences our actions and our interactions. So that is why the first week we work on our mindset. The first pillar is mindset. Do you guys know why? Because if you don't get this one right, the other three are not going to matter because you're not going to do them. We have to focus on our mindset first every single day. I spend at least an hour every single morning working on my mindset and studying something that helps me get into that right mind into that abundance mindset where I am able to build. I call it living above the line. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen, and I meant to put this in my plan, an emotional scale. An emotional scale is one of those scales, and you can pull it up on Google, and I'm going to put it in here for next month, but I forgot to do it today. But it's an emotional scale where if you put a line through the middle of it, and you are trying to figure out where your emotions are every single day. Sorry, I thought I heard one of my kids crying or yelling or something. If you work on that emotional scale every single day to get above the line, you're going to live in a space where you could create your lead generation funnels, where you could create your content, where you can plan. But when you live below that line on the emotional scale, then you're living in a space of victimhood, of blame, of scarcity, all the things where your brain doesn't know how to create. You can't create in that space down there. You've got to do whatever you can do to get your brain to start working in the above the line space of creativity, joy, love, happiness. And then you just plan out and you do these things. And if you work on your mindset every morning to try to get to this space, then that's where you're able to go do the work. But I will be honest with you guys, by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm not above the line anymore. Like my brain's going back down. I'm like, okay. But I don't focus on the negativity. I just need to take a break. I need to not be like my energy is not at its best. So it is at its best in the morning. So whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you are correct. So decide, make the decision right now that you can do this and that you're going to commit to this entire month of getting your plan all set up. So, I'm going to talk a lot more today about mindset, but I'm going to go into all four pillars a little bit. I'm going to also show you guys into when we get done with this, I'm going to show you into my community where you could go find more information and the recordings where I go a little bit deeper into each area. But the first one is mindset because, like I said, if you don't get this one right, you're not going to do the rest of the work. So, what am I talking about living in scarcity and living in abundance? Um, and above that line and below that line. So I want you to think of like your childhood or your other things that have happened to you in your life and your past. And what have those things done to you that make your mind think the way it does? Like when I say survival mode, I'm just going to use my own stuff as an example. And I'm going to talk about money just because it's been a huge issue for me my entire life. Even though I made a lot of it, I didn't do the right thing with it. I really had to study why. So I'm going to use money as an example for one of my things. My parents divorced when I was young. I was not even one. And so my dad started drinking, and my mom was doing the best that she could, but she lived on the go a lot. Like we had like 18 different home addresses by the time I was 18 years old. And a lot of those were scary. Like they were temporary. Sometimes I didn't know where I was going to be staying the next day. I didn't know. if I would going to be hungry the next day. I didn't know if I was going to be going to school or what school. I went to like over 15 schools at some point. So it was a lot of fight or flight, survival, scarcity, no money. Like none of this stuff was good. It was all scary. I learned to be resourceful though at a very young age, too young. I got really good at knowing how to live in survival mode. I can rob from Peter to pay Paul. I can do all kinds of things that no child should ever have to do. But I found myself, I graduated high school. I got married right after, started doing the same stupid things that my parents did because I didn't know any better. Like I didn't have a guide. And so I lived my whole 20s in that space. I was fighting with my husband. I had two kids. By the time I was 27, I was divorced. I had two young kids at home. I had two jobs. I lived in scarcity, and that river flowed downhill. It was so easy for me to just jump on that scarcity river. All the loops in my head, all my brain, the pathways, the neurons that run through your brain, like when they start thinking in scarcity and survival mode, it's hard to get out of those loops. Those are bad, scary loops. And so I had to really start figuring things out. At 27, I knew I wanted a better life. I was like, I started reading Tony Robbins books. I bought the CDs and I started dreaming about getting my real estate license. It wasn't until years later that I actually met my husband now, Kenny, who we just had our 24-year anniversary yesterday. And a different, he was a godsend back then, especially. Um, I just, I started thinking differently. He had a good family. He was positive, encouraging. He encouraged me to get my real estate license. So by the time I was 32, I had my real estate license. I was remarried and life was truly changing for me. So I went into this new chapter in my life and I see happy anniversary, Andrea. Thank you so much. Same to you then. Close. So I just started doing things differently. I started reading all these self-help books, as my husband calls them, and I knew I wanted different. And so I had to start figuring that out for myself because we didn't have real estate coaches back then. We barely had an MLS. It was hard. So I was literally on my own to go figure it all out. But guess what? Early in my career, like that scarcity river, like it started flowing. Everything I did in real estate, I was met with roadblocks. Like just things weren't always easy. Like they were hard. I had to really work hard to get over onto the abundance river because it flows uphill. These rivers are backwards. Anyway, this abundance one flows uphill, the scarcity downhill. Your brain will easily every day go into scarcity, survival mode, fight or flight, all of that stuff. You have to do the reading, do the studying, do whatever it takes to get over into abundance thinking because that's where happiness lives over here. But you got to work for it. It does not come easy for so many of us. So I would love to see you guys, like, if you could put in the chat, like, if you're on the same page that I am with all of that. Like, just say, yes, I get it on like anything. Just, I hope that this is hitting home for some of you because you can change this. And your real estate business will change as you figure this out. Trust me. So, how do we do that, Dawn? Like, what do I do? First of all, you have to create the vision of where you want to go. Like, you have to hold on tightly to this vision. That's in your business plan, in your abundance plan that I shared with you. I give you all kinds of tools throughout that. And over the next month, that you can go and create and do and work on. So, where do you want to be? How many transactions is it going to take for you to do in the next 12 months that you can get to a place where you're comfortable, where you're no longer having to wake up to rob from Peter to pay Paul? But what needs to change in order for you to get there? There's a lot, you guys. I'm going to give you a plan to go, but you got to go do the work. I can't do the work for you. Trust me, I've been doing this work for 10 years now. It's an ongoing thing. But once you decide and you get on that path and you start going up that abundance river, like there's no going back. Once you open your mind to some of these things and you start recognizing what's going on, you'll be able to jump out of it and get over into creation and go create a new lead generation funnel so you can have more transactions. But what is it that you need to change? You have to go internal and you have to decide, do you need a coach? Do you need a diet? Do you need to feed your body more healthy things? Do you have habits that need to change? You One thing I make it really big because you need to limit your intake, especially on social media. Focus only on your plan. If you find yourself needlessly scrolling on social media, just recognize it or give yourself 5 minutes, set a timer, and then get off. Like, I hate social media as a scroller. Like, I will recognize it these days, and because it's so easy to start watching one video and then an hour later, you're like, okay, I've seen 100 dogs now. They're funny and all, but I just wasted a whole hour. So limit your intake and instead go focus on your plan. All right. Now I want to take a minute to talk about mindset and past trauma. And I'm most likely not talking to everyone in here, but I bet if I were, most of us have been through some kind of trauma in our lifetime. And those things, they're traumatizing to us. They leave us with a different, with something, with baggage, like baggage that we're taking into our future that we don't even realize that we have in our minds. So, where are you? Like, you got to figure out where are you in your healing journey. Don't stay stuck in those same stories. You got to become a fly on the wall inside of your own mind. Like, you know what that means? That saying, like, I wish I was a fly on the wall in that room. Well, be a fly on the wall in your own mind. And even if you have to set a timer to go off 4 times a day, every day on the every hour on the hour, something to figure out what you're thinking about. What stories are you telling yourself? Because I used to tell myself, I'm a horrible money manager. I don't know how to do money. I don't know this. I don't know that. Those are negative stories that you're telling yourself, and they're bullshit. Like, they're just not even true. Any of us can set out to change our minds and change the way we think. And it's a matter of changing the way you say it. So instead, I say, I'm a great money manager. I'm always learning. I'm taking the right courses that I know I need to so that I can learn how to manage my money better. Like, you're the one that gets to decide all of this stuff. But first you got to become aware. Awareness is the first part to all of this stuff, is figuring out where you are. So that's why I wanted to give you guys this plan so that you could go through and you could figure out what's missing, what stories you're telling yourself, and where you need to change. But we cannot live in the past and the future at the same time. So we've got to make these few changes, and we've got to start living in the future or for the future. And living in the moment and just creating that business plan for ourselves as every independent contractor or self-employed person should, right?
Unknown caller.
Okay. I don't know who that was, but I'm going to mute everybody. And all right. So while we're on mindset, we're almost done with mindset, and I won't spend this much time on any of the other areas because that's something that we're going to go work on later. Competition, no, thank you. Don't ever compare yourself to someone else's journey. You guys, I fight this one hard every day. I think, oh my gosh, I can't do that because so and so is already doing that. Oh wait, no, there's no competition. Like, that person doesn't even know I'm thinking that. And they're just over there working on their own plan and they're at a different space. So never ever compare yourself, especially if you're on level 1 of something and that person's on level 10 or been doing it for 10 years. Like, they've just worked on their plan, perfected it, and they've got their own closings. That's all there is to it. There's enough business in this business for all of us. And if you think I'm wrong, I want you to go in to your local MLS and I want you to go and do a search of everything that has closed over the past 30 days. See how many properties have actually closed, and then ask yourself, could you have had one of those? Because I know for most of us, like if we just have one closing a month, it'll pretty much pay our bills, maybe two. But, that's it. Like, and you're probably going to find a lot of properties closed. You just got to be doing your business plan so that you can start making sure that one of those is your plan. All right, here are some things that I suggest and I do myself every day so that I could get into that right mindset and go do these things. So, and I've worked a lot of this stuff into different content that I put out there. I have a lot of things on social media, on YouTube that can help you, but I love to visualize, figure out where you want to be, create that vision. Even vision boards are amazing. Like every vision board I've ever made, I've created absolutely everything on it. Like I don't even know how. Like, but I remember when I put a new car on there and I put a Jeep on there for my husband and I, and by the end of that year, I had both. We had like almost the exact cars that I had put on the vision board. One year I put a boat. Guess what? We have a boat. Like it's just crazy if you vision it, if it's something you want and you desire it and you ask God for it, the universe, whatever, you put it out there, like it's just what you start working on. It's just how manifesting is. It's just a matter of getting it in your mind and doing the things to make it happen. Meditations. I love Alexandra Takeda's meditations. I did one this morning and they are phenomenal. And somewhere I have a free trial to her meditations. If anybody wants that, I believe that it's on one of my YouTube channels. She was one of my Power Girls guests, and I'm going to have her as my first guest on my new podcast that's launching in December or January. So I love her meditations though, and you should go follow her on social media, Alexandra Takeda. I could put that in the chat later. But read good books that will help you, inspiring YouTube videos or social media videos, not the negativity. It's going to happen whether you want it to or not. Let's not focus on it. I love yoga. I love walking. I do every day. I walked this morning. Yesterday I did yoga. Yoga with Adrienne, Adriene. And she's a yoga instructor out of Austin, has a YouTube channel called Yoga with Adrienne. I've done her videos for 10 years now. And she has awesome like 30 days of yoga and they're free. So love that. Read and write down your intentions, like what you intend to do today. Write it down. Healthy lifestyle, always have a coach. You guys, okay, I have a lot to say about having a coach. I've had a coach for like probably 15 years. You got to figure out what you need a coach for, though, and make sure that you are paying somebody for what you need, not just paying them to help you figure out what you need. You need to figure out what you need. And I know a lot of coaches. I will be your free coach until you are at a point that you can have one. Just keep coming back here monthly, working on this plan. I do it absolutely every single month. I have a community. I'll be your free coach. Let's figure out what you need then after that. Okay. Sylvia Dana has an awesome free coaching system. Penny Peerboom. Like I have all these amazing coaches that have just come into my world. And I will help you find the right one. But right now, let's just figure out your plan so that you know where you are, and then you'll be able to know what it is that you need in this world. So, all right. Now we're going to talk about branding yourself. Like branding is the buzzword this year, right? Probably the last 2 years because there's so much to it. And I want to start with this part. Like, who are you? How do you figure out who you are, what your story is, and know what to put out into the world? Because people want to work with you. Like you are a leader in your community, whether you like it or not. Now, whether you're getting yourself out there or not, that's a whole nother story. But sometimes we just got to figure out who we are. I'm having a guest in Power Girls for all of you ladies, and even men are even invited. But my whole Freedom to Flourish platform was created by Tiffany Newman, and she's amazing at branding. She's my guest next Wednesday at 3 o'clock on the Power Girls. As I don't know if you guys all know it or not, but I am the national education director for the Power Girls, and I bring in the speakers every month. So that's how I know about all this stuff. I've been doing that for like 7 years. I have amazing coaches, trainers, people who give you a ton of stuff for free, but most of them all have some kind of coaching on the other end of it. But the question is, do you need that or not? Like sometimes the free stuff is all that we need. We don't always need everything. But I invite you, if you are just getting started with branding, Tiffany Newman is the guest speaker next week. You could sign up on powergirlsinrealestate.com. You could go sign up at that to get the reminders. And then April Pertwee is also one of my favorite branding specialists, and she's my current coach because she has a group called Light Beamers on Facebook. So Light Beamers, April Pertwee. If you need to figure out who you are and what your story is and how you could help people. And you guys are so lucky these days because you have Chat GPT. Like you could literally figure out an entire brand using Chat GPT. And I'm going to give you a prompt. Go into your Chat GPT and say, I need to create a brand for my real estate business. I want it to be around storytelling. Can you ask me 10 questions so that I can get an idea of what my story could be? And you know what else? Alyssa was it Alyssa? I have a YouTube video too on using ChatGPT to create your brand. But just talk to your ChatGPT and ask it to ask you questions and just keep narrowing it down until you're like, that's my story. That's what I'm going to go with. And then you throw real estate stuff in. April Pertwee on her Light Beamers page has a free like content calendar that gives you stuff to post like every single day. So anyway, you got to figure out what your brand is. Like that's the first thing. It's not just about sharing how great you are, it's about sharing your story. You are an influencer to your audience. You don't have to be an influencer to thousands and thousands of people. That is not our goal here. Our goal is to find a real estate community in our town that is people that will want to buy or sell that you could grow relationships with. It's not that complicated. You don't need a million people out there. What you do need to do is work on your funnels. All right. And that's what we're going to talk about next because that also comes with branding. Who do you share your story with? Funnels. That leads us into funnels. Funnels are I'm going to jump around on this next couple slides. Funnels are where you connect with your people. Every one of these funnels needs a top of funnel offer, something that you're going to put out into the world that is going to connect you to those people. Where those people, you're going to put yourself out there. You're going to show a little bit of your personality, a little bit, you're going to tell your story. You're going to find your people. And from that, though, you're always not always, because there are a couple times you're just putting stuff out there to connect with people and you're not going to have a call to action. But a call to action is going to be somewhere on all of your content so that people can sign up to receive more of you. And that more of you is what happens inside of this funnel. So this is where you create, let's just use Lofty for an example, because Lofty it's your CRM. It's your client relationship management system. If you're in real estate, if you're with Epic, if you're with someone else, it's KB Core, it's whatever, a CRM. But I'm going to use Lofty because I'm with Epic and we get Lofty free and I use it and I love it. So Lofty, you could create different things. Let's just say you're going to create a landing page. And that landing page, you're going to go out there and you're going to market it on social media. And people are going to click on it and they're going to have to put in their information to get into your CRM. And that is where you're going to start working on all these other things: awareness, evaluation, market evaluation, engagement, calling them, sending them videos, going and finding them on social media, building that relationship. And that is all of these different things these are this is the oh my gosh, I just went blank with the word that I'm the strategy. Like this is your very own strategy, what you want to do inside of your funnel, what you want to put out into the world. Like this is all the stuff, like every real estate agent just wants an answer, but there's no answer because it's different for each of us. I will tell you and I share with you the top three funnels that I suggest that each one of you go and you create and what the offers are going to be for each one of them. And that is this right here. So the bonus is what is your top of funnel offer? So for my VIP, these are people that have already gone through all of this stuff over here, right? They've gone through and somehow made it into my funnel and I either sold them a house, one of my team members sold them a house, whatever, but I have a VIP list of like 200 people on it. And I send each of them a home bot every single month. You could do something free and lofty. You could choose whatever you want. But that is the one thing that my VIP people get and they're a part of and they open and they like it. And I stay in front of them. My VIP also gets a newsletter every single month. My VIP also gets a magazine every quarter from me. My VIP also gets a send out card. I have a whole marketing plan just for my VIP people. That's why I have like 80% referral business because those people, once they make it into my VIP plan, like they're set. So that's always the first funnel that I want everybody to start and just collect those names, get them on a spreadsheet, get them uploaded to Lofty, and then you figure out what your other things are going to be that you're going to do for them every single month. Then offer number two is a passion community. So my passion community is my Jeep club. My husband and I have a Jeep and we go on trail rides, we go rock crawling, we go to the Jeep group meets. I give a donation for the Jeep group. And a giveaway. I sometimes will put together gifts and like pass them out with my business cards. Like that's just my passion community. So you figure out what can you give your passion community that is personal and relevant so that you get to know them and then they know that you're a realtor and they know that they trust you because you've shown them the different things. Now, a lot of these people end up making their way over here to the VIP. That's the goal for every funnel you put out there is to add them to your VIP at the closing. And then they go on this marketing plan, right? But so many agents, they don't do anything for their past clients. And it's sad because should be the first thing that we do. And I hope that if you guys take anything away from all of this, it's that you go write down all your past clients and you just start sending them a card or something. But then the third offer is some kind of public offer. I want to do, and I'm not even doing this yet, is a relocation guide. I love built the thought of building some kind of relocation guide for my publics for the public so that they can come in like a blog kind of thing. Um, I'm going to give you a couple of other ideas. One is like a new build. That would be a great public. A new build, new construction funnel. Like that would be a great one to get into Lofty and create a new construction guide. Listings to leads. Remind me in a minute and I'll share with you guys. I have like a 21-day free thing to get into listings to leads. It's one of the programs I still use to this day and still pay for every month. Because I love a lot of the things that they automatically do for my clients, but they have like 20 different guides in there. So, like, they have a foreclosure, a short sale, a seniors. These are all different offers that you can think of, and you could put together a whole funnel for working with those leads. And you work on your branding, you get to know these people, and it's beautiful. So that's a lot on branding. Um, Now week three is foundations. You get to decide what your foundational pieces are for your business. Just like building a house, you're either going to go build an entry level house or you're going to go build a mansion. Like, how do you want to put your foundations together? Take the time to sit down and really figure out what is missing. But These are the ones I highly, 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 highly recommend that you start out with. And one is your CRM, Lofty. Figure it out. Create your campaigns, make it your goal to bring every single person into your world through your Lofty account. You guys, I'll get in the chat here in a minute, but Susan, I see that you said April, April Pertwee, Pertuis, and it's Light Beamers group. But I'll answer all these questions, you guys, here in a little bit. I got 15 minutes, so I'm going to get through this. Your VIP database, I'm going to show you. I give you a blank one for you in your business plan that I shared. Your branding, what's your story? What are your offers going to be? Do you know how to use Canva to put all these things out there? What social media sites are going to be your main social media sites that you're going to share things with? And this one is huge because if you have not been an agent for very long, or if you're not confident in your ability as a real estate agent, then go take every class that your board of realtors offers. Go to your board of realtors, look at their calendar, and go take every class and learn how to operate your MLS. Learn how to create a CMA, learn about your communities, just everything that they offer for free, go take it. And build your confidence. If that's a lot of times all we're missing is the confidence in ourselves to really put ourselves out there. And I know this from experience. So trust me, the way to build your confidence is to get out there and do things. Go visit new construction sites, like one a week at a minimum. Make that be one of your funnels. Get to know your market, get to know your area, go preview homes. If you're brand new, go practice on your friends and family. Don't practice on real buyers or sellers. Don't wait till then. Go practice on your friends and family. Tell them you need them to spend a Saturday with you, that you're going to go look at a few homes. And when you go to do that, make sure you use vacant homes. Don't make people leave their homes for you to practice. But that's why I say new builds are great for taking clients out to do that. Figure it out on your family, your husband, your spouse, your wife, whatever. All right, so these are some of the foundational pieces. But you guys, of all of them, the most important one is your CRM. Go figure out how to use Lofty and open it every single day. Create a power hour for yourself where you get in there and you work on moving those people down the pipeline. All right, automations. Very short on automations, and then I'm going to open up and share a couple things, answer some questions, make sure that you guys leave with a plan and know how to get a hold of me too. Time block is the most important automation. Time block these things. So I told you to write down on write a list of what's missing, of all the things I've gone over today. What do you need to work on? If it's a lot, then only work on one thing for this whole month and make that be your plan and figuring out what you want to implement. You might not have time to implement it right now, but once you get it on your plan, you'll know. Just like me, I want to work on a relocation guide and I want that to be a great funnel for me, but I don't have time to do that. I am like, there is no way. So it's a future thing, and I know that, but at someday when I have my other funnels all dialed in, then I will work on that. But time block, figure out what you need to work on and use that automation and time block it every single week. All right, here are some others. And in what I'm going to share with you guys, my community, it's in school right now, but I'm working on getting it moved over to something else. So as long as you go join my school account, you'll know where I move it to. But I share all of these in a Google Drive for you that you could go in and open and copy and make your own. So I Google everything, all but the buyer and seller presentations, and you could get those on Epic, Canva. Just go copy and make it your own. All right, so we all know my story, but if you can dream it, you guys have the courage to take action and have the discipline to stay on the right path, you can make it and you can do this. So here is, this is no longer. Actually, everything is on downloading.com. So if you need to reach me for something, that's the best place. I want to go show you a couple of things. So the first thing I want to show you is my school account. So let me go there. And I will put this in the chat because this is where everything is. So right now, if you go here and you go to classroom, once you join, I have videos in here and more additional handouts in each week. So you'll see mindset and abundance. This is where you could go open the plan. And actually, I think this is my old plan. Let me
Oh
look.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my old plan. We don't want that one. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to ask you to unmute, Daniel. I don't know why I did that. This is not even right. Just use the one I gave you. I need to go change that. So, um, Linktree is what has the listings to leads free trial. So this Linktree right here has the VIP database on it. It has send out cards. It has listings to leads. So if you go here to listings to leads and you're working on a funnel, you can go sign up for 21 free trial and go open up their PDFs and just download the PDFs to and then upload them into Canva and make them your own. It's that time of the year. My favorite planner. This opens up the abundance planner that I love. And so all my favorite stuff is right here though. All right, so that is in school also, and I'm going to go change that link for the plan. Um, I love the book, The 12-Week Year, for helping agents figure out their plan and time blocking and just all of the things. Oh, if you just spend the rest of this year, which is literally 12 weeks, setting all of this stuff up that I'm helping you for the next 3 months, like your next year will be amazing. And then a Wheel of Life. So all this stuff is in here. So in the classroom, week 2, week 3, week 4, each one has its own little additional stuff. Oh, here's Alyssa's from my abundance retreat. Alyssa Stalker was one of my guest speakers, and she talks about branding and using AI. So this is a great webinar right here for you to go to. All right, so let me go in and share school really quick. Invite. I'm going to put this all in the chat so that any of you who are in here want to get to this stuff, you could get to it easily. There you go. So I will add everybody to that as soon as I can. And then I'm going to stop sharing now because that's where everything is. And I would love to answer any questions or, yeah. Oh, look, people have been posting for me here. Does anybody have any questions, comments, thoughts? I see. Oh, I'm just looking through the comments right now, but I would love to hear from anybody. Is this helpful? Is anyone with me still? Are you
We're
guys
here.
there?
We're here.
Thanks, Carrie.
We're here. We're here.
It's a lot, huh?
Yeah, I'm struggling to find where to find those links that you were raising through quickly. That's in the school
Yeah,
section
in the school. Yes.
in classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In classroom. And then each week you'll see week 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then there's additional,
Right.
like if I thought it was a great training, I threw it in there. So there's week 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's all. And then there's attachments with each one of those. But then I put like I had a Canva class, a girl come and teach a Canva class from one of the title. It was like the best Canva class I've ever been to. And so I put it in there. All the things that I think are going to be able to help real estate agents build their business, like I record it, it's on my YouTube channel, it's in there, and it's soon to be on my podcast. So um, I'm just all about helping everybody find success. So hope that
And
helps.
and the link tree is from where?
The link tree is in there too. It's in week 1.
In week one. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So here, I'll show you guys one more time because if you're not even part of it yet, then it gets confusing. But once you open up, once you get approved and you get in here, you're going to go to classroom and then week 1. And in week 1 is where the link tree is.
Got it. Thank you so much.
And then the link tree, actually, I could just put the link tree right here in the chat also so that you just hit and then bookmark it. You guys, I don't know if you use bookmarks or not, but I bookmark everything, as you can tell. Like I have a file on my bookmarks bar for everything. And this is where I go. So this is my real estate business, and I have all of these bookmarks, which I don't use probably 80% of them anymore. I need to clean them out, but they're there. All the stuff I use is like the top 10 in all of these, but this is my life right here. Like literally, I will forget about it if I don't put it on my calendar or if it doesn't go on on my abundance plan, because I have my own abundance plan. Once you get your abundance plan filled out, you you get to refer to it all the time. So it looks like this. It's just a live thing on Google Drive. Like all of my stuff is in here. I've filled it out. These are my goals for 2025. I refer to this all the time. You can highlight, you could do whatever. This is the old version. I created a new one with Sylvia Dana's help for you guys. So you have like an updated version now, the one that I put in the chat. Did everybody get that? Should I post it one more time in the chat? This is the new one, and it's kind of more of like a book style, like a workbook.
Right.
So this is the newer one. And I'm going to go put this on my link tree and in school so that you get it. But it's just gives you guys a little bit more direction, as it gives you some prompts to work on. But you can see like your vision from 1 year from now. Like it's asking you the questions. And if you open this on Drive and you start filling it out, like on your Drive, then you can edit it and make it however you want it to be. So that's why I say go in here, file, make a copy, and then use this. And then I've put some links in here too. And it has like a checklist at the end of each week too. So you can't, like, if you do this work, like you can't fail. It's all, and I want you to invite your agents to this. Like a lot of you are with Epic and we're all doing the same thing. We're trying to build a real estate brokerage that we all wish we had had when we were baby agents, right? And that's why I'm so passionate at Epic, because they have so many tools. Now we have Epic Essentials. And by the way, if you're with Epic, I'm about to go jump on Epic Live, Epic Voices, and that's where we're going to go. We invite agents, guests to come in and share their stories about Epic. So you guys, this is really all the time I have for today. I do this every first Tuesday of every month, and you all know where to find me. I am literally a message away in Messenger, and I will talk to anyone at any time.
All right. Well, I'm gonna reach out to you later, Dawn. I'm having
Awesome.
problems logging in, so
Uh-oh, logging into
uh,
the cloud?
to your school.
Oh,
I don't know why, but I figured it out later.
okay. Well, yeah, definitely. I'd love to have a conversation with you too, like
Okay.
catch up. So, if you go to talktodawn.com,
Mm-hmm.
although I don't know how current that is because I'm about to go to Inman and then Mississippi and all this stuff, but just fill it out and that'll at least get us into a conversation.
Yeah,
Talk.
and I'm gonna see you in Mississippi.
Okay, awesome. Well, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
I'll
Awesome.
see you
Indeed.
on Mississippi too.
Yay. All right. Can't wait. All
Good
right, you
stuff.
guys. Happy
All right.
business building. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.